Hi! Hi, I'm Mintmai. Welcome back to my bakery. Hello, everyone! Hi, I just finished walking around SakuraCon earlier. I know. Don't be too jealous, but Don't be too jealous, but I made it to my Oshi's meet and greet. I know, huge deal. Flips my hair. Thank you, huge shout out to huge shout out to Offkai staff for taking me around on a little 1 hour tour. I really liked it. I met a bunch of people. I got to say hi to some friends tabling at Artist Alley. It was overall super fun. I love iPad tours. I got to do one at US Idol Fest back in October too, and it's always a really good time. So shout outs to everyone that took so much care of me today. But yeah, aren't you jealous? I got to see my Oshi. Bro is famous. Not even. I feel like it's so subjective. The idea of the perception of what it means to be famous, I think is very subjective. But I really like it, and I love all the lovely Offkai volunteers. They've always been so sweet. Cause I don't know. I really liked Offkai the first time I went. It was super cozy, and since then it's just really passionate fans that want to make stuff happen. So it's cool. But again, I'm just coming out of that now. So my serotonin is, you jump scared me. What? Whoa. Who's that? Whoa. Guys, I don't know what to do. My favorite. Oh, what do you do? That's a famous VTuber right there. That's my favorite VTuber. Points and laughs. Points and smiles. Hi. Wait, I should send you the photos that they sent me. They're really cute. When they told me, cause I'm but a humble fan, but I'm but a humble Ichi. They were telling me like, oh, you can pick what time you want your iPad tour to be, and I was like, let me check what the meet and greet schedule is. They're like, yeah, we have someone from, I think they were like, oh, we've got someone from noon to 1 p.m, but you can do anything outside of that. And I was like, rubs my fly hands together. You know whose meet and greet ends at 1:15? So I was like, let me do 1 to 2. Let me snag that spot before someone else does, so that I can say hi to Ichikamaya and we can have like VTuber to VTuber communication. It's so fun! I hope you had the best time, honestly. I was so happy seeing people line up to talk to you just at the very beginning of my little iPad meet and greet. When they're getting me all set up, I was there at the Offkai booth, and I was like, oh my gosh, Maya on the TV starts crying. Gets emotional. No, I really like seeing all the lovely people I support soaring. I like to see you do cool and awesome things without any pressure besides just being, the awesome and happy person you are. But yeah, it was really fun. I was like, get me in there. It was so fun though, cause the Offkai staff that was with me, I won't call him out, but if you know them, cause he was with me on the iPad as well. But I was like, yeah, let me go see my Oshi Ichikamaya, and he was like, you mean our Oshi? It's the meme of the like Bugs Bunny putting his hand out and just being like, our Oshi. Not just your Oshi, our Oshi. And I was like, okay, I'll share. So me and Staff-san. Yeah, but shout outs. You know what? I can give direct shout outs. I don't know if they're shy about name dropping. But seriously, it was Caster, Yuki, and Sierra who took so much care of me today in setting things up, and Sierra and Yuki walked around with me, and I'm just like so happy, so grateful. I love seeing you do cool and awesome things. I want to be on an iPad one day. One day we can be on parallel iPads and like walk up to each other. it's very fun. I'm going to Offkai for the first time and first time traveling, so I'm really nervous. I hope you have so much fun. Yeah. I don't know if I will be at Offkai the convention itself, but I will snoop around and see if any little birdies. I will see if a messenger pigeon, aka I'll see if any good friends of mine will be able to attend in my stead, and I'll arrange my own iPad tour. I don't know. As long as you have data, I suppose you could kind of do that if you have someone going. But again, I don't know what's happening just yet for me with summer convention plans, so I don't want to promise anything I don't know about just yet. But I just think it's a fun convention. It's fun to have spaces where everyone's just like, yeah, VTubers, you know? I know that Offkai is pretty indie focused. Not 100% indie focused, but I do think in general, since it's a start, there's been relative focus on creators small and big. Yeah, and some people from companies, small agencies and big agencies too. But it's a growing convention, so it's cool. You'd love to meet me at Offkai if it works out. I don't have a meet and greet for Offkai, like officially, but we'll see what we can do. Also, I know that at least last year there were fan meets that could be arranged where, you know, if Flower Friends have a fan meet without me, if Flower Friends have a fan meet without me, you would send me a photo, right? If anything, I would want to find a way to like call in. I don't know. I'm nosy. Hi, I'm new here. Hi, new, I'm dad. Holding hands as iPads? Oh my gosh. What is the definition of holding hands as iPads? Can you just get like a USB-C to a USB-C cord and plug it into two different iPads? Would that break? Would that break everything? Do you think if you take a USB-C cord, the kind that's like USB-C on both ends, and you plug one end into an iPad and the other end into like a phone that's like a mom and a baby, and the cord is the umbilical cord? Am I just saying things? I think I'm just saying things and I need to stop. But it you know. Yeah? The iPad would charge the phone? So like, do we cut the cord? No. You cut the cord and you tie a little knot and you give your phone a belly button. That's how it works. Yep. I find it so interesting that like, your belly button is something that is just like, they can just decide how they want it to look when you're born. It's up to the doctor's whimsy what your belly button looks like, you know? Isn't that such an interesting and fun concept? You're truly saying words in combination. As I always do, as I do. I'm also really excited, guys, because I'm working on some fun stuff, you know? Fun little projects in the background. I'm pretty excited. I know today's our only weekend stream for this week, but the next week, Tomodachi Life demo. Things I haven't given much thought, to be honest, but now that you mention it, yeah, there's a lot of things like that where it's like, oh, I haven't given this much thought, but now that you mention it, Baker hard at work, fork found in kitchen. No, I am. I want to be, I guess, the hardworking baker that people perceive me to be. I suppose that's the case. There's a lot of things where I feel like I've had to improve. I've had to improve my balance and certain organization and abilities, but that's just something that hopens. I was trying to say hope and happens. It hopefully happens over time. But I think lately I've been trying to be really good about having like a, what do you call it? It's like a priority list. I've been trying to be super incredible about, or I guess very adamant about like having a solid list of priorities because I love multitasking. But you know, people can't multitask. It's my greatest weakness. My greatest weakness is like wanting to and feeling like happy multitasking. Because all multitasking is doing, it's actually just your brain switching really fast between multiple activities. And so you don't get to reach that flow state where you're just like focused in one thing. Every time I think I've made artwork where I'm like, ooh, I feel like I've improved and I've leveled up by creating this artwork, it's because I like allow myself to hit like a flow state where I'm just immersed in the artwork and like nothing else. It happens even on stream. If I'm streaming art, but at least I'm focused on the art while chatting with you, I do think it is really helpful to improving the quality of my art in general. Also, as we're speaking about projects and things, let me respond to this really quickly. I got a message back from someone I'm working with. Okay, let me just send like a thank you so much, because I don't like leaving messages on read. If I can help it, I don't like leaving messages on read because I will forget to reply later, especially if I open them or they pop up on stream. Thank you so much. Yeah, I was working. I just really like working, you know, with for example, I don't want to specify what the project is exactly, but you know, for instance, if you're gonna put out a music cover, you need to work with people for that, whether it be music videos or mixing and things like that. And then on the other hand, you know, there's a lot of things where you can work with people on artwork, and that's a fun thing. Oh no, be so sure to not read out loud the message you're responding to. I'll read part of it, because I love to tease you. I will read a section of it. They said, okay, no problem. That gives you no context whatsoever. Heck yeah. Okay, no problem. And I said, thank you so much. OMG, thank you. I'm so curious now. Shakes fist. You love me. Smiles at you. You're so evil. Hey, I'm not evil as like, I saw someone streaming. I saw someone streaming themselves recording for a project like muted. And I was like, okay, where's the lip sync guide? I was like, all right. Good stream though. Very, very funny. I was like, that's kind of another level of evil though, isn't it? Because it's like you're gonna sit here and you're going to... So imagine you're like at those restaurants where they have a window where they can watch you cook, right? So imagine they give you a window, but you can only see the chef's face and you can't see what they're cooking. I love how diabolical it is. I like how evil it is. It's good though. It's like being productive in a fun way. Same idea as co-working streams, but I think it's a separate. It takes a separate kind of guts to record a whole project on stream muted. You know something else I really liked lately? It's unrelated to everything we're talking about, but I've been really addicted to the song Rude by Hearts to Hearts, and every single time I see a clip like on Twitter with an edit from Rude, I watch through the whole thing. I've seen one with so many different creators, and I also saw one with Markiplier recently. It's like it has him crashing out in the middle. I love how catchy that song is. Rude. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. I need to look at the... Do they have... I need the Romanized lyrics. Of course I love the talking part. Listen, I was a Girls' Generation kid. I loved Girls' Generation. Okay. And so you know I'm weak for a little English talking segment in like the middle of the song. You know what he said to me? He was like, "You're so rude." And I was like, boy, does it look like I even care? I couldn't even care less. Rude. I don't know how to pronounce this. Irota no rule. Gonna pump on an attitude. I'm not bad, you can't make me act right rude. I don't care, you can act not a good. Listen, I grew up on girl groups. You can take the, you know, I may have been into, I guess, different like virtual idols and J-pop idols these days, but you can't really completely take the Twice Girls' Generation fan out of me, you know? You can't. I'm always gonna be weak for a little bit of like a reality show, like an idol reality show done in the formats that I used to watch. My favorite groups were, it was Girls' Generation, Wonder Girls. That was my first exposure to K-pop, like very young. You know, with like nobody but you. So many people didn't even know that was K-pop when it came out, because there's the English version. But yeah, Wonder Girls, and then Girls' Generation I was really into. And then I kind of stopped, like, I didn't follow more K-pop for a long time until Twice was popping off again. And then I really liked BTS Spring Day, but I never got as deeply... I feel like I never got as deeply into boy groups because I was so focused on like what the girlies were doing. I like every girl group concept under the sun. It's so easy to please me. Like I'm at the buffet. I really like cute concept. I like dreamy concept. Like I really like IZ*ONE and Islet. R.I.P. IZ*ONE. You will always be special in my heart. The group dynamic of IZ*ONE, the fact that they had J-idols. They only had 3 J-pop idols, but even then I liked that there was some J-pop representation in there. Girls Band Cry wasn't just a group, it was her lifestyle. I like the music in Girls Band Cry, but I'm gonna give you guys a hot take. Maybe it's not such a hot take. Plot-wise, like for story and character, Bocchi the Rock is my favorite. And then I really like this manga recently called Girl Meets Rock. You can read it on Manga Plus if you have like the app, or you can read it on Manga Plus. But Girl Meets Rock is really cute and good, and it's like about a high school light music club, and I really like the main character. Also, something I like about Girl Meets Rock is they reference real rock music and real rock bands in it, which I guess could cause trouble if they want an anime adaptation, getting the rights to all of those. Girl Meets Rock is really good. So I would say in my girls band genre ranking, Bocchi the Rock anime is at the top, and then Girl Meets Rock manga is like right at, like in second place. I mean, they're different. And then Girls Band Cry is third because I really like the music. Also, happy anniversary to K-On! I have a K-On! Print, but can I admit something to you guys? I've never had the chance to watch K-On! So I've never seen it, and I have to. It's moe. It's moe and it's girls in a band. But I've never been able to watch K-On! Because I think when it came out is at a point in time where I didn't really have like any way to watch it. So I didn't. What? You gotta watch. I know, it's a classic. It's a classic. Considering my favorite genre is literally girls in a band, I have to get with the program, you know? Straps you to a chair to finish all 3 seasons. Oh my gosh. But yeah, if you guys don't know, like manga such as manga like Girl Meets Rock, that's on the Manga Plus app. It's actually free to read it the first time you read it. It's just if you want to reread chapters, you need to kind of like pay a little bit. But then it supports the author of the manga directly, so you know, it's cool when things are officially licensed as well. It's like, and it's accessible because you can read all of the chapters for free the first time around. We love to see it. Alrighty, let me see. I'm gonna adjust my colors and everything so that it looks a little more accurate to what I'm seeing on my iPad. But let me show you guys the artwork we're working on today. You probably already saw it if you looked on Twitter. But I'm being brave today, everyone. I'm facing my fears. Here it is. Let's scooch over here so that I can draw while talking to you guys about anime and stuff. This is today's task. We're gonna tackle it. We're gonna be so brave. We're gonna be so brave today. I have my drawing tablet out today too. I'm gonna be really brave because I'm scared of tackling really full illustrations. But this is the sketch! I left my water outside. Can I go get my water and leave you guys looking at the artwork? Hold on. I have a good idea. I realized with my spring allergy congestion, which I think I just need to get allergy medicine for it. But this I designed on stream a while ago, but this is the summer outfit. It's not like something that's officially worn by me right now, but I think I like designing like all of these different spin-off outfits for me. Because I love fashion and I feel like you should just be able to design as many outfits as you want ever. But this is this little summer illustration that I want. My goal is to finish this by this summer, and so to hold myself accountable, the best thing I can do is stream some of the progress. I also, when I tackle really ambitious illustrations like this, I actually do make this like rough thumbnail, and I think coloring it in and doing a color thumbnail, it makes me more determined to finish it all the way to completion. Because I do think I have the artist problem of like 10,000 whips and no finished artwork. I fall into that trap very easily. It's not my fault that my brain runs really fast with ideas and really slow with execution. I think artists in chat may agree. It's not our fault for being so, you know, we have so many sexy ideas in our brain that are just like, don't you want to give me attention right now and drop everything else you're doing? Just for a little while. And you're like, oh, okay, I guess I'll do a sketch. And then you never go back to finish it because the next idea comes in. It's just the idea of working on something new. I'm gonna call everyone out for a second. Artists of the world, I'm gonna call us out. If it hurts a little, it's because it's true, and I'm also calling myself out. The idea of starting something new and just bringing it to like a nice sketch stage is so tantalizing because if you never finish it, you can always forever imagine how good it would look. You don't have to deal with the psychological pain of drawing it and then it not looking exactly like how you imagined in your brain, and then you suffer because every artist, like the thing that pushes you to improve is when you draw something and you're like, it's missing something because there's a gap between how I imagined it looking and how I actually drew it. That gap and trying to close that gap is what forces you to consistently like keep improving as an artist. But when you don't tackle that gap, you end up with the 1,000 works in progress and nothing finished problem. So, you know, I'm holding your hands. Let's do this together. I believe in us. But you also don't need to be too hard on yourself, because sometimes sketching out things to revisit later is nice. Like I sketched this a long time ago, but now I'm revisiting it with fresh eyes and feeling like motivated to work on it for the summer. So it's good stuff. Okay. Yapatron 3000 is taking a quick pause so that she can go grab her tea. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Please admire the art as I go get tea. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see. I'll put up a sign. Just so that you know where I've gone. Yippee! Okay. Da 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 da. Huh? Wait, it just clicked that you sketched this piece out before, like the posing. Yes, I made the composition in a separate stream. So I did this outfit design and then did this sketch in another stream. It's in my like summary art stream, I think, from summer. And then time passes very quickly. So my goal is to actually finish a clean illustration by this summer. Yeah, but please feel free to just, you know, I like leaving up this for you to look at as a little reference. Yippee. I have to go get my tea though. I'll be right back. Hello. Don't tell Mint I said she's cute. Okay, I won't tell her. I'll keep her secret. Ta-da. I have my tea with me now. It really does help with some of the congestion I feel during springtime. I got lemon echidna. Echinacea. I've gotten, at first I was saying lemon echidna because I read it that way at first and I was like, oh, I guess I'll keep the joke going for a hot second. It's just habit now. Yummy, yummy tea. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. All right. So this is the same sketch, except I've completely... I've changed the canvas size. And we're gonna have to decide today how we want to do line art. I think I like the idea of just like doing it right on top of this though. Oh yeah, I tried doing like shadow layers. I don't think I will be doing day and night variants though, because I think that's a little bit above my my plans for this piece at the moment. Hi, good afternoon, everybody. We are drawing today and working on the summer piece because I know I'm early. It's not summer. But if you want to finish like any form of very ambitious summer art, you kind of gotta start now. At least for me, knowing how slow I work for like full illustrations, you have to start now. Let me see how high resolution this is. That's not bad. I'm like, should I make it higher resolution? Dare we touch 4,000 pixels? Oh, I still want layers though. Oh wait, let's do 300 DPI. Hold on. Don't forget that your DPI affects things too. Not canvas information. I wanted to crop and resize. Yeah. I think this is good. I usually draw at a smaller canvas size. I've been trying to build the habit of like having higher resolution art. But even then, I can't help but want... I don't know. I can't help but want it to be a little fuzzy. Looking cute already? I worked really hard on the sketch! Thank you! Oh, let's try... What if we resample the canvas and just like make it bigger? Wait. It didn't actually resample. Resample canvas means if I type in a new number here, it'll just like help me enlarge in this artwork anyways. But I kind of think it's helpful to manually just drag it to the size that I want. Okay, let's make this bigger. 5,000 pixels. Holy moly. 5,000 pixels wide. I'm trying to get it exact. There we go. A satisfying even number. It's always somewhere with someone burning bright like you. Runs. Commit to the bit. I'm flattered though. But yeah, this is looking really cute. I'm proud of the composition and the colors. So this is nice though, because if you do... See, I drew it like so tiny. I drew it like this small. But then I think once you do a color thumbnail and you think it looks really good, now all I have to do is worry about rendering. Like, I don't have to worry about picking colors from scratch, which is very intimidating. My usual canvas size, usually I actually draw kind of small. So I take the iPad default canvas size, which is usually, I want to say it's between 2,500 pixels and 3,000 pixels wide. And then height-wise, it's under 2,000 pixels. The problem is I'm so used to just like drawing, and then if I draw like a character vertically, it's like kind of low resolution, and then I just crop it in. So some of my character art is really small. The only time I've drawn very high resolution character art is for things like my own merch, where I have to. I have to make it so crispy or else it like won't print well, and then I will be in pain. And I'll be, I guess, what they call suffering, like the consequences of your own actions, kind of suffering. As to not strain all of our eyes, when doing line art, I'm gonna go ahead and grab like a gray color instead of white to work off of. Let's make it a light gray though, so that I can still see what I'm doing. Here comes the great dilemma of like, do I want like to work with a textured pen or not? I did the sketch with the textured pen, but even then, sometimes these textured pens, they're finicky to work with for line art. Let's do a test. I always like starting with the eyes for some reason. It just somehow, it motivates me to finish the rest of the piece. As long as the eyes are looking cute, then I kind of start to feel better about the whole thing. This pen, it feels fun to draw with, so that's why I'm considering it. But then I'm worried if I use a pen like this, it won't be as clean in the end. Because you can see it leaves a lot of like crunchy edges. I don't know. What canvas size do you usually work at? Also, do we have like textured versus smooth pens? Texture versus smooth pen artists. It's so heavily reliant on the piece by piece for me. Hold on, I don't like that eye highlight placement. I usually work between 3K and 5K. Whoa, you're like big canvas. That's good though, because then you can like see everything. The problem with working on small canvases is once you zoom in a lot, you can't work into the little details as nicely. Oh, you love the detail of the bread silhouette in my eyes? Oh, thank you. It's, you know, it's one of my favorite little Easter eggs, if I do say so myself. When I was drawing model artwork, the canvas is only 4K pixels tall. So, you know, not something that I want you to presently think about. But if it ever looks like my camera's low resolution, that's why. I kind of like this. Yeah, I like this, this pen. This is looking really cute. I think I made a tweet a while ago where I was like, I think I finally figured out what I want my art to look like. This might be the first time I'm streaming art since I said that. Because I said that while I was working on things you guys can't quite see yet. So I guess that's why it's sort of a big deal to me. It's like you guys can actually see me talking through it, maybe. I think I'm still getting there though. Like I still like to allow myself to make my art look however I want it to be, like piece by piece. I don't think I've ever been strict with myself in regards to like, oh, I hope I could draw in like a consistent art style all the time. I just let my hands kind of go. That's what makes it fun for me personally though. It's probably different for other people. But for me, it's like if I'm not really having fun drawing cute anime girls, what am I doing? It needs to be some level of enjoyable for me to like do my best work. Okay, let's actually put the eyes in a folder. I think it'd be sort of nice. I know it might be a little out of order, but I feel like it would be a little nice to get the eyes slightly rendered. Again, it's more like my personal motivator for like finishing a piece. I try and keep that like bread highlight somewhat subtle. Let's see, the sky is blue in this art, and it's a pretty bright blue too. So let's get something like this. Hello, we are working on artwork right now. Nothing beats a nice and cozy art stream, honestly. I always feel really happy when I feel like I've gotten things done that I normally wouldn't be able to do because of stream. Sometimes I feel like... Sometimes... How do I put this? It's like sometimes I feel like I get an art buff, like I get better at drawing when I'm streaming. And other days it's almost like I guess like nerves, like stage fright, where some days you just can't draw the same. You can't draw as good. And then I'm like, oh man, I wasn't able to draw as good during that stream. But well, it's just kind of the whims of being an artist. There are days where you're a little stronger than others. I love having a little glossy eye highlight. Okay. This is something that gets misconstrued sometimes, and I honestly don't mind too much, but my eyes they're black. Can you tell? My eyes are supposed to be a very dark brown, and then the highlight is just sort of the bottom. But it's not something that I expect to be... I guess I try to make it obvious when I draw myself. Because, you know, my eyes are black. But also, something I always liked about my eyes is actually, whenever I'm in the sunlight, they turn golden color. So it's very similar to sort of why I have the highlights on the bottom half. Same thing with my hair. My hair turns very auburn color, but only in the sunlight. It's just like a genetic thing. I'm making it sound cooler than it actually is. But for example, there was one time I was at the beach at sunset, and my hair will reflect red colors even though I have black hair. It sort of looks a lot more brown than some of my other friends that have naturally black hair. And that's because actually, I only know this lore from Mintmom, but my grandma had red hair. Which is really, really curious. I remember learning that at kind of a young age, because we had to do these like family tree project for an elementary school art project, and they were like, draw your grandparents, and I was like, I don't really know what they looked like because we were doing this project. And so I asked my mom, and she was like, oh, did you know your grandma had red hair? It just doesn't show up because the photos then are black and white, or the photos from when she had red hair were black and white. And I was like, what? It's kind of cool. Ba-ba-bum. Let me see. That's interesting. It surprised me too. But it's also kind of weird, or maybe not weird, but it was rare. And my mom said that it was my mom's mom. And my mom told me that a lot of people, like back in the day, would make up like fun folklore reasons my grandma might have red hair. Cause you know, we're Asian, so everyone's hair is black. Not like ginger red, but like more like this is my guess. It's like kind of like this color? Yeah, like auburn. Just naturally, like not dyed. So I think it would be more like this color. Cause in black and white photos it comes out dark, you know? Not quite like black hair, but it looks dark in black and white photos. That's all I knew though. That was grandma lore. But as a direct result of that, and I can tell this more directly. So as a direct result of that, my mom has like dark brown hair instead of black hair. And my dad has black hair, and I wound up with like very dark brown hair. I mean, you can kind of see it. If I come really close to you, like this is the exact color of my hair. You see how it's like, it's black, but it doesn't have the bluish sheen that people with very black hair have. Actually, I could reference my good friend Arisa VTuber. The first time we met each other, if you put our hair next to each other, my hair is significantly more brown than hers, but her hair has a really cool natural blue tinge to it, which again, you could see if I just pull up a photo of her, which is quite funny. It's crazy how fun it was to like look at each other and be like, oh my gosh. Okay, guys. Boom. So when we were next to each other and we actually like had our hair like touch each other, her hair has like a cool, it's like more of a pitch black with a cool tint. And then my hair is like a lighter brown. Where did you get this photo of me? I pulled it up really fast, right? It's because I have a folder. I have a folder saved on my iPad with reference sheets of all my friends. Did not mean to expose myself. Look, I even have your second outfit. I just have them like at my disposal at the instant ready. I also have a photo of Kita-san. She's me, by the way. She's me. I just think like personality-wise, Kita-san Black is a lot like me, and I think that Sato no Diamond is Sugiaki. I gotcha'd for Sato no Diamond with my my saved carrots in Uma Musume, and I got her, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have the video game horsekin for my wife. But yeah, can't I just, you know, be like, opens my wallet and there's photos of my wives inside? Like, can't I do that? So yeah, I have all of those. It's specifically a folder in my iPad called like references or friend references, because it's mostly VTubers in there. I love you, ma'am. I love you too. Hehehe. Sorry for jump scaring you in the middle of my stream. I was talking about our hair colors. If you remember, we had that moment at my house where I was like, your hair is so cool, it's like reflecting like blue. And you were like, your hair is reflecting like brownish red. And it's crazy because it's just like, well, we both have black hair and similar backgrounds. And yet it's kind of fun that that's how it turned out. I don't know. I think it's fun. I like talking about hair color, eye color. Cause there's such fun things to love. Also cause I like how much variation there is in eye colors just around the world. The sun and the moon. The sun and the moon. I don't know why I read it like DA. Oh, you did say the sun and the moon. Yeah, I was gonna be like da sun and da moon. Giving myself like a minion accent. Banana. Da sun. I was shocked because I was pulled out of lurking. No, I don't mean to call you out. Hee Teehee. I just remembered that of like a good example of one time I was like, oh, my hair is kind of even more brown than I thought it was. Wow, look at those eyeballs. Hold on, let's take a look. It looks so funny on the sketch. It's like way too high resolution. And then I feel like sometimes I draw the eyes a little rectangular. I kind of like it though, but sometimes I feel like widening them after I've already drawn them. Just like rounding it out a little bit. But yeah, there's your Mintmai fun fact. My grandma was an Asian woman with reddish hair. Not dark brown, just some kind of red. And then years and years later, I just looked like me. I think I'll be really proud of myself if I can just finish the line art today. Eyes so pretty. All the better to stare at you with. Dun, 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 dun. Blinks. Flutters my eyelash. Flutters my two eyelashes at you. Fluttering my two singular eyelashes at you. Just kidding, those are just the longest ones. I have more eyelashes with that, it doesn't show very clearly, right? Batting them. I love batting my eyelashes. It's so fun when you're like doing a bit with a friend and then you just stare at them with like no thoughts behind your eyes and just bat your eyelashes at them. Shake your eyelashes, shake your eyelashes. I'm shaking them. The side blink. Side eye. You know the best part about having glasses? There's this really annoying thing that I do with my friends where sometimes if we're like, you know, if we're hanging out or something, I like to side eye people until they notice. Except, I wonder if you can see how intense it is here. I don't think I can do it very easily right now. But basically, I side-eye them, except my eye is looking between the glass, like the frame of my glasses, and my... It's like they would see me side-eyeing them from behind my frames, like not through the glasses. Does that make sense? It's like... What am I saying? I could literally draw it for you. It's like I'm wearing glasses, but we're sitting next to each other. Hold on. It's like almost a clean side profile. Okay, here's my bangs. And then... and like my glasses frame. Does that make sense? Is this drawing reading properly? So I side-eye them like through this window here. Until they notice. It kind of strains my eyes though, so I have to stop doing it. But it is fun. You used to do that too. It's because you have to side-eye like so hard. Yeah, side-eyeing them, but you can't see jack. Exactly. Because you're not looking through your frames, your lenses. So I actually nerf myself just for the sake of the funny factor. Let me think of how I want to approach the rest of the drawing now that I've done nothing but draw a pretty face. Ooh. First things first, I think I should move the face here. I'll do most of the line art in the same layer because I don't want to overthink it. The eyes get their own unique group though, because I do so much rendering for the eyes. Also, something I notice over time is like, I don't like drawing clean line art. It's not as fun for me if I have to do really clean line art. But there's a lot of illustrators I admire, and if you zoom in on their artwork, they're just really good at like composition and coloring. But their line work is very sketchy sometimes. Like there's like all these I guess imperfect sections where it's not as clean. And I think I can make it a personal goal to like let myself challenge myself and do the same. Because you could clean it up in post too. I'm also gonna blow my nose. Okay, let's see. I got corrective eye surgery, but yeah, side-eyeing hard between my glasses was definitely something I did and found funny in that sense. Yes, I just think it's so silly. I needed a little bit more tea. Save me, tea, save me. It's just ever since the weather's been warming up and I got back from Japan, which is a cold place, and then at this season. And then I got back from the East Coast, which is also a colder place in this season. But the West Coast is warming up a little. It's still really overcast some of the time, but temperature-wise, oh, it's heating up, so I gotta be careful not to start feeling under the weather with the allergies. Omji, what tea? I'm having lemon echinacea. I said it properly that time. From Throat Coat. It's like a licorice. I think it's got licorice in there. The taste is very unique. I think it has a little bit of a papery sort of bark taste, but I like it. The short pause, I was thinking, okay, I was spelling it in my head. Hold on. Wait, I can do this? I'm not very confident in that. It's correct! Yippee! Thank goodness I can't embarrass myself any further with this one tea name. Lemon echinacea. Sounds so fancy. Oh, you ate? I did! Oh! Sorry, I had to take a second there. I feel like the allergies this year are particularly bad, and they affect my eyes like a little bit. I think it'll improve though. It'll improve soon, and if not, I really am looking into getting allergy meds. Just over the counter. Because it affects my ability to yap as well, which is a terrible nerf for someone like me that loves to talk so much. Okay, let's do this. Oh. Okay, let me think about how I want to handle... Did I make the eyes too big? Oh my gosh. Look at the sketch! And then look at the eyes! I made those eyes huge! Which, nothing wrong with them being very large eyes, but I think it affects how big the face looks proportionately, so I'm gonna shrink them a little. Really big difference. Big eyes are cute though. I love your beautiful brown eyes. Kya, kya. And I love your eyes. Have you guys ever seen this, like, I feel like it's an older viral TikTok from a couple years ago, but it's like this guy, for some reason, there's this shirtless dude, and I think a bunch of other shirtless dudes, and he's like laying down, and then he sits up, and he has like a new, like, he has like a tattoo. Like one of the other guys around him peels off the tattoo, and he goes, "What a beautiful tulip." And another guy goes, "And your two lips are beautiful," and like leans in for a kiss. Please, I hope that one person out there knows. And your two lips. I might just, I'm not sure. This TikTok might be old media by now. I feel like there's this golden window for how much I watch TikTok, and then I kind of stopped watching TikTok. I'll still watch TikToks though when they appear on Twitter, and I don't know if that's worse. I kind of know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's like this friend group, but they just did it like the video for fun. It's just very silly. I just feel like that's the kind of energy that I have sometimes. When someone's nice to me. Or when my friends are flirting with me, I'm like, "And your two lips." Does that look like a hand or... Hang on. I think we have to actually sketch the hand out here. We do a second round sketch. Does that look like a hand? Maybe more like this? It's always really hard to draw like hands and wrists from this perspective. I think it's particularly difficult. Okay, let's give this a try. I think it'd be cute if I wanted to go ham with detailing this piece and kind of painted the nails a little. Though I keep my nails shorter, I think it's just easier and tidy for drawing and doing things. So I won't draw them as like long nails. How's like this? How's this? I'm thinking. Okay. Is that too like butt-like? Is that too butt-like? Feels like a bad... I don't know. You ever draw something that's like not supposed to be a butt, obviously, and you're just like, is that kind of like too... Is the fold of the hand a little bit too butt-like? I don't think so. Although I think I'd probably benefit from just doing it like this, but coloring it like rendering. Nah. I think sometimes some things I have to leave for myself to like color. So instead of having like the line art, I use a shadow color and I go in here to imply the curve of the palm. I think that's more effective. I will leave this here more so as a reference for myself in the future. You've always found washing eyes, face, and nose frequently during allergy season is effective? I definitely splash water on my face. But I really don't like washing like my nostrils. If anyone else here has ever had to like flush their nostrils with the little thing that they give you to like wash your nose, it's one of like the top 10 worst feelings to me. I really don't like flushing my sinuses. Even though it's helpful with allergies, like I cannot do it to myself. Hello! I hope you've been doing well. We are drawing today. Or I am drawing today, but I like to say we are drawing today so you can feel like you're beaming your powers into my screen and helping me draw better. It is true though. You help me lock in. True. I just can't. I can't do it. It just feels... The physical sensation of it is something that I really don't like. It's like it's the perfect foil for how much I like putting Q-tips in my ears, but it's bad for you. And then technically cleaning, like flushing your sinuses or like nostrils is good for you, question mark. But I really don't like doing it. So it's like the perfect foil. Also, because I want to add a little piercing. Let's do a cute little seashell piercing. I think that's cute. little mermaid melody reference, if you will. I said that and then my brain immediately started playing the Slam Dunk opening. Like, completely different but equally formative piece of media. Crazy for you. 君が好きだと叫びたい Man, that opening theme is so good and also definitely dates the anime. Mabushi, but like it's some of my favorite though. Mabushi hizashi o ose ni 走り出す街の中叩かれたいつものようにいつものように片方 I don't remember how it goes 君に夢中なことにわけなんてないのにその腕は絡むことはないいつも何か瞳奪われて始まった離さない揺るがない Crazy for you 君が好きだと叫びたい明日を変えてみよう凝り捨て時をぶち壊したい君が好きだと叫びたい息で踏み出そうこの熱い想いを受け止めてほしいReally top 10 anime openings. Maybe I should make a real top 10 anime openings someday. I think top 10 anime openings has to include that one. And oh gosh. I really like the I don't know if it's the song that I like or just the music video, but I really like the opening for the recent it just finished recently. The romance seishun anime, You and I Are Polar Opposites, that's like really cute and funny. I like the opening for that one too. I don't want to have recency bias though, because honestly the song and the music video work perfectly together. But just because I watched it so recently, it's on my mind. Dansumeshi, obviously. The anime opening there, gotta love. I also really like Oshi no Ko's first opening too. Dun, 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 dun. I know it was viral for a long time, but I do think it's a very catchy song. It's kind of a high song. I don't think I will attempt it with my allergy voice right now. What else is there that I know left like a really deep impression on me? I remember seeing so many covers of that song. It's so catchy. I think it's just one of those things where like, especially if you're in the Utaete or VTuber spheres, it's a very tempting song to cover, you know? As dark as the story in Oshi no Ko can get, I did really like the manga at the beginning. I did not love the ending, but that doesn't discount the fact, like, unfortunately, I don't think it discounts the fact. Wait, what I mean to say is, unfortunately, I wish the ending could have been written differently. But there were a lot of parts of the manga that I did enjoy. and many interesting characters. Yeah. But I do think that song by YOASOBI, I do think that's my favorite YOASOBI anime OST. Yeah. I also really like Party and Kira Kira no Hai from Dungeon Meshi. That's like the first and second ending song. Good stuff. But nothing is quite as catchy to me personally as the Slam Dunk opening. only cause my uncle lent my family. He left us the CD box set for like months at a time, and me and my sister would binge Slam Dunk together when we were really young. And I'm pretty sure it was in like Mandarin dub. So much early anime was definitely like, I watched the dubbed version, and so now when I watch Slam Dunk like subbed, I watch it with English subs now. I used to watch it no subtitles Mandarin dub because my mom is a smart woman, and she was like, I'm gonna make sure that they have exposure to, you know, I'm gonna make sure that they have exposure to this language. Like my language, basically. She was very good about that. And so we wound up quite fluent. I think it's helpful if you're bilingual or grow up in a bilingual household to like watch media of both. Because at least at school and everywhere else, you're gonna see everything in like the local language. So for me, English. But mostly watching things in Mandarin at home really solidified, like it helped solidify that language in my brain really well. So even if I pretty much only use it speaking with my parents, it's like the knowledge is there. And I should probably practice it more. Bum, 100%, yeah. I used to watch like cartoons too. 404! Oh, thank you for the supan. You're truly too generous with me. Thank you for your support. Thanks for supporting. You know, I really appreciate the supan. It's pink. Kind of like some parts of the art today. I'm shy. Because, I mean, you guys know you're never obligated to support me in that way, but thank you so much. This will go into project funds. I seriously appreciate it so much. And, you know, everyone, when they have the means to, it's like offering your time or support in whatever way is really good. It's just like extremely appreciated, you know? There's nothing too big or too small. And you're never doing too little, that kind of thing. I think I was thinking about it recently because I did tweet. I did tweet in the morning. I think yesterday. Just I do think that sometimes I see tweets of people wondering, like, you know, they're really busy with their 9 to 5, or they're like busy traveling for work and things like that, and they're like, I'm not able to watch my Oshi enough, I'm not able to clip my Oshi, I don't, you know, like I don't make fan art or like direct fan projects or anything like that. And it's like, you don't owe it to anyone to do those things. And I hope every flower friend and every fan of anything in the world knows that, you know, if anyone ever tries to tell you that you're not doing enough, I don't think that's right, you know? Funds, you say? Wow, thank you very much for the tip, Alex. I appreciate the $10 so much. I might use that to get myself a bagel. Just kidding. In the Project Fund pile it goes, but I'll also get myself a bagel. Anyways. I finally found a place near me. It's not quite like New York bagels, but after trying it a couple of times, I can safely say that I found a place somewhat local to me that makes a good bagel. So it will help stave off... Is that the correct word? It will help with the cravings. Because I can't just fly to New York if I want a bagel. I wish, though. I wish that the New York bagel chains would just decide to suddenly expand. You know, worldwide. They should be like, bagel joints should be more common. Like, they should be at gas stations. My hot take. I stick to my own lane when I'm a fan of X thing. Yeah, it's like, I think, you know, being, I guess, when people talk about participating in a fandom, it's really fun. Like, you get to interact and you can do so many lovely and fun things. But I also think that comparison is the thief of joy. And so if you see people doing really exciting things for their Oshis or for like projects or things like that, I feel like it's not something, it's not like a competition, you know? I think it's important to just preserve your comfort and level of enjoyment in things, however that comes naturally. Thank you so much. Thank you for the hot dog. I wish I was allowed to change the emoji, you know? It would be fun if YouTube let me have custom stickers and then they'd just all be bagels. Thank you so much for the hot dog. You guys really... Thank you for supporting and just watching my streams. Honestly, the biggest thing you can do for so many creators, especially like streamers, is just, you know, at your own time, at your own pace, watch and enjoy the stuff that they make. But you don't have to force yourself to do that either. I think that it's a very... something that if it comes naturally, it comes naturally, you know? And if you enjoy content, just watch it. And if you want to, if you really want to go, you know, let's say you want to make your Oshi or expose your Oshi to the world, I think there's a lot of people that found the bakery and found me because you told them about me. Just like directly. Just word of mouth, or like tweet about your Oshi. That'll even do something. It doesn't need to be like, you don't need to do anything more than what feels natural, right? I'm really happy if people are enjoying their time. I just woke up from a food-induced coma. I see, so you decided to give me a hot dog. You wish for me to fall into a food-induced coma. I understand. I'll take an amazing nap after stream. Probably not though, actually, because fun fact, I don't nap. Sometimes I wish I did, because there are times I feel really like sleepy and tired, but I'm physically unable to nap. My body rejects the idea of it because if I wake up from an afternoon nap, I feel awful. I feel like I pulled an all-nighter and like everything is off and I've like lost half my day. It feels like that even if it's not literally half a day. But I've quickly learned that my body just wants a lot of sleep at night and no naps. Had an 8-piece bucket of chicken from Jollibee. Did you get the pineapple quencher? This could be a controversial take, but I dare say, I dare say that my favorite thing on the Jollibee menu is their pineapple quencher. You got two? Ooh. Even more potentially controversial. I want the pineapple quencher, but after the ice has melted. Because it makes it less sweet, and I think it's really, really yummy like that. guess because the first time I had a pineapple quencher, it was because my friend got me one and the ice had already melted and I was like, this is the best thing ever. And like you have it with like the greasy food from Jollibee and it's like, wait, hold on a second. I also like the mango peach pie. The ube is good too, but I do think ube tends to be... I like eating ube. Like I like eating sweet potatoes more than having sweet potato fries or sweet potato flavor stuff. I just like a plain old baked sweet potato. Just because I think ube flavor gets to be a little bit sweet for me. You're gonna get some Vietnamese food? I'm jealous. Oh. The occasional craving for Vietnamese sandwiches in the hot months gets like, wow. I remember my dad would talk about how like this one Vietnamese sandwich place, they used to be like $5 for a Vietnamese sandwich, and it was like his favorite place to go. Of course, you know, it is not that affordable now because they gotta buy the ingredients and everything, so it's more expensive now, but still yummy. But my dad was like, these sandwiches used to be $5. I forget I live next to a lot of those sandwich shops. I need to get some more of those too. I think my favorite kind of Vietnamese sandwich, because you can pick like what's inside, right? Or they offer different types. I like the cold cut with the pate for Vietnamese sandwiches. It's just nice, savory. It's a cold sandwich. It's so satisfying in summer. So yummy. Let's get these sunglasses looking really nice. Funny enough, I had heart sunglasses on here before I even made the character Jenny Coolmint for District V, who has iconic heart sunglasses. I remember I could get a Vietnamese sandwich for $3. Man, those were the budget college student days. My budget college student days consisted of having like a frozen meal from like Trader Joe's that I could put in the microwave so that I could get right back to doing my assignments. And occasionally, if I suddenly really wanted to spoil myself, there was ordering food as an option. But I did not have a dorm. Like, the dorms I had did not have a kitchen. They did not have a communal kitchen. They didn't have kitchens in the dorms. So I did move out to an apartment after like my first year, but not having a kitchen was like really bad. Taco Bell dollar items fed me as a college student. I feel like the university experience is just like suffering through assignments, sometimes in a positive way, you know, but it's like assignments and then like figuring out what to feed yourself on a Wednesday night. I remember there were many weekday nights where I was like, just like, what do I eat? Because I have class, so it's not like I can like walk somewhere, take the bus to like get groceries that conveniently on the same day. I think it was a lot of that though, just like meal prep, thinking about what to eat. Getting like a pack of tortillas from the grocery store and then putting like rotisserie, like torn up rotisserie chicken and like other random things in there, like salad leaves to feel healthy. And also like not being able to pan fry the tortilla at all, so it's just like the raw tortilla out of the plastic bag. Microwaved a little if you want it nice and warm. Ooh, spam musubi. See, I couldn't even make a spam musubi without a kitchen. Cause you gotta fry that spam. You wouldn't catch me eating raw spam. No, no. I don't think I ever got that dire. I think I also had a lot of like emergency bananas. I had a lot of bananas for breakfast, and then I built the bad habit actually. I think that's where it started, like college. And it lasted a really long time before I started like breaking the habit more recently. But I started skipping breakfast because of how hard it was to just like keep track of it with like morning classes and everything. I just didn't have the habit of eating breakfast. I just like waited until lunch until I got used to doing that. Which is bad. Please eat breakfast, please. You need energy first thing in the morning. Like, don't just drink coffee and call it a day. Eat a banana or like a slice of toast or something, like anything. Wow. Oopsies. I pressed the homepage. There's nothing there you can't see though. No secret artworks there, just doodles and things. What I meant to do was grab this tool. Sometimes sometimes one of my other fingers like smacks the little gallery button, and then I close out to the homepage and I'm like, wait, I was still working on the artwork. Oh, oopsies. What'd I do? Or 2 Red Bulls. Who would do that and not have the time before meetings end at 5 p.m. to eat breakfast? I don't know how early you already get up for work, but if it's possible to like prepare yourself overnight oats the night before, just so you have like anything at all to eat, I think it's worth a try. Because I've started to feel better in the mornings since I stopped skipping breakfast. And actually a big part of skipping breakfast was like my own plans to like break that habit of skipping breakfast. But also because after I got cats, it's like I gotta get up early to spend time with them and feed them. And as a result, I started being awake earlier anyways and was like, well, if I'm feeding my cats, might as well feed myself. Oh my gosh, not the hot plate. I was speaking to a friend, but a lot of people drink black coffee and go with that for breakfast. I feel like doing nothing to like only sending caffeine to your body first thing in the morning and then calling it a day is oof. I think it's because I'm so anti-caffeine. I could go on a little spiel about it. It's like your body should not require caffeine because your body already knows how to produce the energy that you need. If you feed yourself properly and you sleep correctly, like if you give your body enough sleep, and I know some people are like sleeping is a waste of time, but it's about taking care of yourself. So I think if you sleep properly in an environment where you like won't be disturbed easily, if you sleep properly, wake up at a time to feed yourself breakfast, and also if you get sunlight, even if it's just like opening the window, let some sunlight hit your face, because I think naturally it helps kick your body into gear and be like, well, it's time to start functioning. Human body, it's time to start functioning. It's the morning. It helps. It really, really does. And I think, I don't know, I just worry that like it's such a normal thing for so many people I know and like so many people around the world to be like, oh yeah, can't talk to me until I've had my cup of coffee because I feel cranky and exhausted until I get caffeine in my system. It's like you're dependent on this thing that exists outside of you by choice, technically. Although I get, you know, it's really hard. Like, I think once you are so used to having caffeine, going off of caffeine, it's, you know, it's akin to having an addiction. It's like something outside your body, you have to drink it to feel functional. I just think it's such a slippery slope. And so maybe it's because I was pretty strictly taught like not to drink coffee. Even though my dad drinks coffee, it's like, you know, I might feel tired in the morning, but I'll wake up later. And I have tea, but it's pretty much caffeine free actually. Like super, it's so low that it doesn't affect me. Because the fact that I've never really drank caffeine makes it so my caffeine tolerance is really low too. So I crash and then I like stay up all night if I have caffeine after noon. Can't talk to me until I've had my daily dosage of wife. Because I'm cranky and exhausted. No, you're good. That's not problematic whatsoever. I was just talking about how I kind of tend to encourage, like, if it's possible, just eat food instead of drinking coffee. Please eat food. That's like what I was going at. And I know that habits are so hard to break, so it's not really something that is in the direct control of everyone. But I think it's like, if you think to yourself, it's out of my hands now, then yes, it's out of your hands. That's something I've been trying to, I guess, practice myself too. It's like, your brain and body will believe to some extent what you tell it, right? So every morning, I try and gas myself up. And I'm like, I am the competent person that I want to be. Like, I want to, like, basically gas myself up, even if it's embellishing. I try to, at least in my own mind, because if you don't gas yourself up, who will, right? I mean, hopefully you have people, you know, hopefully you have things to look forward to, or you can try and surround yourself with community or people that do gas you up. But again, you should be your own cheerleader because you're always with yourself 24/7, right? So if you're mean to yourself, I think it makes life a lot harder, because I was definitely like that before. I was much more negative in the past. Just like about my work, or like the quality of what things I was doing. I was always very harsh with myself. But I think as soon as you learn that you can just kind of befriend yourself and you can gas yourself up, it makes doing things easier. It really does. And not only that, I do think, sorry, I'm focusing really hard on drawing her chest. Hold on. Sorry. This requires my full attention. It's very, very easy to fall into, like, negativity, you know? I'm trying to think of how to draw my chest here, because honestly, I have a really small chest. I have a really small chest. Can't always tell with how I style myself. And push-up bras are, you know, they're fun. They help me with making an outfit silhouette I like. But honestly, I don't really always have like a crease here. So I'm thinking. But then it kind of feels sort of empty-ish because I drew this sort of pose. So I think that, and the arms are like that. So I think there would be a bit. Yeah, what was I saying? I was talking about coffee and then just like, yeah, gassing yourself up. I think it really is fake it till you make it, because I struggled with self-confidence as like a teen. And even after that for a really long time. But I think eventually I just had to learn to like value myself and see and just believe that I had things of value to contribute to my own life or other people, you know? Not to get all sappy and deep, but like, certainly being here and streaming is another thing that gave me more purpose and sort of let me fall back in love with art again and all of that. So it's no small feat. I think this artwork is going well. But yeah, I do think there's a lot of truth to the phrase, like, fake it till you make it. Just try and give yourself the boosts of confidence, because you should be confident. You should have a lot to be confident about. Even if you don't fully believe it now. I think that there's a lot to be confident about. Okay. That looks good to me. I want to try drawing the rest of the body first, and then the sheer jacket that goes on top. I haven't thought too hard about how this anatomy works, actually. Because her body... I keep saying her, I know that it's a portrait of me. But whenever I look at a drawing, I'm always like the woman in the drawing. Her body is like twisting. And also, when you twist your body like that, I do think that it's nice if you have like belly showing the weight shift. Because I do think if you like lean to the sides, I definitely have some tummy squish, and so having that leaning to one side, even if it's just a bit, I just love drawing the soft curves. I don't know, I just like representing my own body type. And of course, if you draw a lot of self-portraits, a lot of opportunities to do exactly that. I'm gonna blow my nose again. Let's see. I do really well with that, with work and like having things together, but I struggle so hard to not feel like a bland suit or like lacking passion or things of interest to share. But I feel like you definitely do have passions though, because clearly there's things that you like, right? Music, VTubers, whatever it is. Liking something deeply is enough to call it a passion, I truly think. I'll have a sip of tea too. And surely there's like games that you like too. Like, it doesn't need to be... I think it's hard to say like, oh, I want to be passionate about something, but also I'm comparing it to how other people talk about their passions. And it's like, it might seem more intense from person to person, but I don't think that should weigh just like how passionate of a person you are, you know? I don't think sometimes if you feel like something is lacking in your day-to-day life, that's a good sign to like start going on walks. If you don't go on long walks, start going on long walks. start bird watching. I think being outside and like in any sort of context that is like nature-y, it can help with sort of, at least for me, every time I realize that I want to try something new, it's typically because I've done something akin to it or I see something outside that reminds me of it. A lot of times I see things online and I'm like, oh, I want to try that, but then that doesn't stick with me the same way. Like I went on a walk and I saw people biking together one day and I was like, oh, I kind of have this desire to like go biking sometime. Like just like bike outside. Maybe with a friend, maybe not. You know, but that stuck with me harder than when I see stuff online and it's someone being like, I did this, and I'm like, ooh, I want to try challenging myself to like draw this or that, or like do this online challenge, etc. But that doesn't stick with me the same way as when I see real people. And when I say real people, I just mean like I can see them. It's not purely like a tweet that is like, look at this cool crochet project I did. And I'm like, ooh, I want to crochet someday, but then I never do. I just think about it. I think there's something tangible about seeing people enjoy themselves out in the wild and then thinking to yourself, oh, I want to try doing something like that. I think that tends to be something that is overlooked sometimes. Just the extra emphasis of what you can discover if you go outside for a while and act extra observant for a little bit. And as I was saying that, I was seriously struggling to draw a foot. I don't know I don't know how artists do it. To all of the artists that draw really beautiful feet, feet are harder to draw than hands. Like, for sure. I kind of feel like the perspective, the thigh should be more like this. I don't know how to do the pants in a way, like the bikini bottoms. True. Yeah, it's like something about seeing people enjoy themselves out in the wild makes me feel like I'm like, oh man, how exciting. There's so many exciting things. Like, people are living their lives. It's like, do you know what the word sonder means? The word sonder is like kind of a very specific and beautiful way to describe that. It's the feeling when you realize that everyone else around you that you see walking around, like technically it's something that you already knew, but it's the feeling that you get when you see people around the world and remind yourself and feel that they're like living their own full lives completely separate from what you know about them. It's like basically you get on the bus, everyone else in that bus is living an equally full and like significant life, if that makes sense. Because it's not about comparing people's achievements and what they do, because you can't measure like the worth of life that way. It's just really beautiful. Yeah, there's a word for it though. It's called sonder. Sonder, S-O-N-D-E-R. Wow, my handwriting was terrible there. But you get what I mean. It wasn't about my handwriting. The feeling of sonder is when you go outside and realize the people that are, you know, let's say you go to a cafe, you realize every single barista that works there is going to end their shift at some point and go home and live their whole full life. One that you don't know about, but it's equally full to your life. You know? It's not something that you can compare. Is it a verb? It is the feeling that you have. I think it's a noun. because it is the feeling. Like, you can experience the feeling of Sonder. And honestly, there are times where, because it's very easy to kind of let that be in the back of your brain instead of it being at the forefront of your mind, that everyone else is living an equally full and busy and hectic life. But I think sometimes I almost force myself to remember it. Especially when I'm like going outside on a quiet walk or something. It's like every single person I pass, every single person driving in their car, like, what are they thinking about? What do they do for work? Are they excited to like watch a new episode of their favorite show when they get home? This is like a stranger that I don't know at all. But when you think about it, it's like kind of such a beautiful feeling. And I think it's nice to just get really... Like, it's nice to romanticize the idea of your life. Maybe that's just me. But some days I'll be doing something as simple as like, you know, if I'm like cooking, if I treat cooking like a chore, because I like, oh man, I would rather be doing something else right now, but I have to cook because obviously I have to eat. If I romanticize it a little, it just makes life a little more fun. Like, I have a very cute apron. And I don't wear it every time. Okay? But I do have a very cute apron that I purposely wear and try to remember to wear when I'm like cooking, especially when I'm trying out a new recipe. Because then I pretend that I'm like in a cooking anime or on like a cooking show. And I'm like, great, awesome. I'm on MasterChef, except no one here is to judge my cooking except for me, so it's awesome. I get to be the chef and also the judge. So yeah, in ways, in small ways like that, I tend to romanticize my life. In ways that no one really particularly asked. But I do that, and it is fun. I'm really struggling with this body angle. Cause it looks so disconnected. Is it because I have to move it in? Do I have to move it like that? It looked okay in the sketch, but that's because it was a sketch. Like, I'm worried that it looks really disconnected. Hold on, if I do... Let's do an anatomical sketch underneath the sketch. I tend to come to Sonder in the yard when I see various critters about, especially in the spring. Yeah, isn't there something so nice about that, though? It's like you're being really... For lack of a better term, it's like you're being really observant, I guess? Okay, let's say this is my rib cage. My heart is in here. I feel like my pelvic bone, especially if I'm being flat, my pelvic bone would be like... I have to fix my own anatomy. Because in the sketch I didn't make it super anatomical. So it would be like this. But then in that case, the swimsuit would be like that, and the legs would just be down. But I want to twist because I know that this pose is physically possible. So it's about taking this and twisting it. And then also adding perspective. Oh gosh. Oh, Mintmai, what have you done this time? Okay. twist and perspective. So to twist it, it twists from the waist so that you wind up getting like another leg here. Which I expressed over there. Do excuse me as I'm figuring this out. The figuring out process is very messy. Does that look? Thinking emoji. Thinking. Okay. I think that is looking better. But then it pains me because then it forces me to change some of my original. Unless we make it so that this leg comes forward more. And then this back leg also shrinks into the distance. Okay, here it is. The new body sketch for the perspective. So supposedly, this should work better. And then I think the problem is that I'm adding the belly button. Because once I add the belly button, it looks like everything is twisting wrong. But the truth is, if this is the perspective, the belly button is probably under this fold right here. Well, let's see. It would be great if I can just like adjust my current one to be a little bit closer to start. Oh, I see. I made the leg so long it kind of took away the effect. I made the leg so long that it took away the effect of the perspective foreshortening. Because I drew the legs as if like the camera is looking at her from a straight on angle. So let's fix this. It like the leg has to have a much more dramatic incline, or else it just looks like it's like not shrinking into the distance. Okay. I can do this. I'm locked in. Oh. Okay. And then I get the part of the calf. For anyone that's been drawing alongside me, or working maybe, even though it's a weekend, stretch! Group stretch! Also save, if you're in a program that requires you to save. Photoshop, Clip Studio Paint, pretty much most art programs. Save your work. Or else you will learn the hard way. Also, if you're in Procreate, I have accidentally deleted whole entire pieces of artwork in Procreate before and had to redraw them because they don't have a deleted file backup and they only ask you once for the confirmation. So if you misclick, it's gone. So be careful about that, fellow Procreate users. Playing League, can't stretch. But you can chat! Oi. Playing League can't stretch, but I can move my hands on a keyboard to type. Unless you were using the speech to text. In which case, also very impressive if you're multitasking. Alt-tab for the win. In the middle of a game? Okay. Ooh, how am I feeling about this anatomy? With the back twist. I don't know if that's much better. I'll be honest, I'm not sure, but we'll get there when we get there. We can adjust as we go. Let's see. How's our work looking here? So it's looking a little bit different from the sketch. Darn it though, do I like the sketch more? But it's because it's so sketchy, you don't really mind the anatomy. Wait, what if I just try this again? Try this again. But instead this time we warp it to follow the sketch. Oh, it's so difficult. Why did I choose to draw a body with this kind of perspective? Oh. Why did I do this to myself? Good thing it's not too difficult to like warp into place. But even then... Maybe once I add the jacket, everything will look a little bit more balanced. Maybe that was the trick. Hold on, let's look. I will also be brave and try adding back in the belly button. That's not where it is in the sketch, but I do think that that might be more accurate. Not terrible! Warp tool, my savior. Dude, liquefy tool... Actually, it does so much for me. I went most of my artist life without ever touching the liquefy tool. Because I didn't know how to use it in a way where it would, like, actually help my art. I was just like, oh, haha, this is a funny tool that makes my lines wiggly. But then, once I learned how to, like, fine-tune and actually use the liquefy tool, it's helped me so much with, like, anatomy. Because sometimes you draw the anatomy and you know it's wrong, but redrawing it correctly is harder than just, like, warping it to how it looks correctly, and then you can, like, clean it up after. You know? You can masterfully use the liquefy tool in many ways to just, like, assist with your art practice. Also, because in this art, we are on a beach towel. So maybe I will not have shoes on the beach towel. That makes sense to me. Because sometimes after warping it, your line quality changes, so I tend to go back in and like fix some things up. Swimsuit. Okay. How is this? Closer, I would argue. Closer to the look that I want. We did it! I think we did it! Liquify tool has been so clutch lately. I started using it more recently and is a lifesaver. I think it's like, you're still the artist that is able to dictate all of your like anatomical choices, right? But for me, the Liquify tool helps me with like sizing things after I've drawn them so much. It just helps out. It's like, oh, I feel like I drew the eyes too big, but instead of redrawing the eyes, why not I just shape them to the size that I need them to be? It's great. It's great. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the jacket on its own layer. I'll look at my reference picture. So it's really just like a robe. And it's meant to be sort of loose. And it's see-through, so I will add that. Let's see, I think I did kind of wide scallops. The scallop shape is an iconic Mintmai shape. I think it's one of those shapes that I just find myself using again and again because it's like, it's foolproof. It's so cute. It's so bakery. I love putting it everywhere. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so we're gonna do this so that I can continue the cape this way. This pen I'm using kind of varies in thickness naturally, which is pretty cool. But sometimes it requires a few strokes to get the thickness that I like. Or you just like go over it more than once. Oh wait, I think it would go... Oh, is that awkward? Hold on, let me try and fix the bow here. If I can make it more flat. See, suffering through the patience of line art is so much fun with you. I just love talking while I go because line art is honestly my least favorite part of the process. But it's fun with a friend. Okay. Here we go. It would go over there. Awesome. And over here, I think I made this sleeve a little too long, so let's shorten that. Okay, there we go. Felt. Yeah, line art is really like... Me, when I look at really clean line art, I'm like, oh my gosh, that artist is so good. And also, why would they do this to themselves? but they're so good at it, and I want to see more of their art, so I shan't say anything. I tend to have the habit of doing really clean line art even when I'm like, I hate line art. I don't like making it so clean. Like, I wind up like, come on. That's really clean. What are you saying, Mintmai? But it's this habit of mine because I'm like, oh, but it looks so, you know, it's so satisfying if I just clean it a little bit here and a little bit there. But I've reached a point where I'm like not too, I guess, pressured about it. I don't feel like I pressure myself into having it like have to be clean or anything like that. Okay. Nice! This looks cute. I think the see-through parts look really nice. Yay! Wait, this is so cute. I think we'll do a completely separate stream where we just focus on coloring, because I think that sounds nice, but I want to line art this cute flower friend first. Look at how satisfied you are with your melon soda. Yummy. Man, I love melon soda. I didn't get one in Japan this time I went. I love melon soda, but I think because it was so cold, not that that affects how much I want melon soda, but the place I did go to for a soda parfait, they only had lemon and orange. So I was like, okay, I will get the lemon one. And then I didn't get another chance to get melon soda. I was like, okay, it's fine. I'll get one another time. I'm always scared though, because I've had the perfect melon soda before, and I'm afraid that everywhere else I get it from, it'll be too sweet. It's like the fear of ruining my good memory of something. I mean, that shouldn't stop me from trying melon soda from other places, but the first time I had it, it was like this record store cafe, and it was really cute, and it was the yummiest melon soda I've ever had. So it's hard to overwrite that memory. Not orange? I chose the lemon soda because as much as I like orange as a color and also as a flavor, I think orange soda tastes like medicine. More so than cherry or grape. I think, even though it's not like I've had orange flavored medicine specifically, I think that orange soda tastes like medicinal. And you know, I blame it on the fact that my parents made me drink Airborne every single time I was getting mildly sick as a kid. And you can say, well, lemon is a citrusy flavor too, but lemon soda tastes more like lemon candy. To me, at least. Lemon soda in Japan, it tastes more like lemon candy. And then orange soda is very hit or miss. Like, I don't even like Fanta. I really like Fanta strawberry, but see, that's not like orange flavor. Fanta strawberry I've never had though. Orange soda tastes like Nickelodeon. It tastes like a whole brand. I kind of get what you mean though. Nickelodeon, and they're like very orange. They're very orange forward. I remember that Nickelodeon would slime the interns. Did you guys know that? The interns at Nickelodeon Studios, I don't know if they still do it, but they get slimed. because like their logo is like the splat. Slime Time Live was lit. There's a whole orange soda bit on a show called Keenan and Kel. Oh, I don't think I watched that show, but it is definitely ringing a familiar bell. Like the name is familiar. You guys ever watch old Disney Channel shows? I didn't have Disney Channel on my TV, but when I went to friends' houses, Disney Channel would be the thing to watch. And there'd be like Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. And I think Austin and Abby was another one. Wizards of Waverly Place. Don't say old. No. I'm not sure if they still do it. I haven't been keeping up with the times. No, that just makes me sound like I'm calling myself old, but we are so young. The night is young. You thought I was gonna say DuckTales or Gummy Bears? I mean, DuckTales is good. DuckTales is... it's fun. I don't know Gummy Bears. I don't think I've watched anything in a very long time from those networks. But yeah, it was Austin and Abby. Zack and Sweet Life of Zack and Cody was like the show. I think one of the first Asian women ever that I saw in like somewhat in mainstream media was London Tipton. In Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. That was kind of one of the first times I feel like I saw Asian actresses in like English media. It might be the first, actually. Just canonically way older. Yeah. I mean, they're classics though. Like that's what I think of when I think of the Disney Channel. It's not even the animated series or anything like that. When I think of Disney Channel, it's Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, period. Because I love that show. I always preferred cartoons, so I never watched Sweet Life and iCarly. You're speaking to someone that studied animation. So yes, I do love cartoons, but I didn't have Disney Channel at home. So I only watched Disney Channel if it was going to someone else's house where they were watching Disney Channel. So I ended up watching a lot of like Wizards of Waverly Place, Austin and Abby, because that's what my friend was watching. At that time. Because we didn't have Disney Channel. We did though have PBS Kids. And I watched Fetch with Ruff Ruffman. Unironically, one of the best shows ever. And I always thought to myself, if one day I was to ever have a family, which is like so far into the future, I can't even imagine it right now. But when I was younger, I would be like, oh my gosh, if I had to make my kids watch any show that's like old and outdated, by the time, you know, because I feel like by the time I have a kid, they're gonna be like, Mom, what is PBS Kids? What is PBS? You know, like, let's just say that, like, you know, the cool kids are watching all different stuff now. They're watching, like, I don't know, their version of Demon Slayer. But I think a show I would make them watch is Fetch, because it's educational. There's like science on there. I'm pretty sure that Pluto was still a planet by definition when they had that show, and I want my kids to think that Pluto is a planet because it is. And I think that changing up the standards of what defines a planet just to rule out Pluto because its orbital path is not perfectly, you know, is not as circular, is not fair because it continues to orbit around our sun and our universe, and Pluto is a planet. Yes, exactly. A dwarf planet is still a planet, but like, why even create an extra little name, dwarf planet, when you've spent so long just saying that Pluto is the 9th planet of our social system, of our solar system? I always thought that giving Pluto that special label of like, oh, it's a dwarf planet, so it's like not on pictures of our solar system anymore. I'm like, dude, what? Don't end it at... Don't end the solar system maps at Uranus. Like, come on. The high schoolers will go ham with jokes about that one. Like, don't end... Don't make that the last planet in the social... in the solar system. I don't know why I keep saying social system. That's so funny. Like, don't do that. No. Put everyone back in the schools. Pluto is a planet and I will not hear otherwise. I will not. Anyway, sorry, a little off topic there. So about fetch with rough men. I use the liquify tool, by the way, to thin line art that I've accidentally made too thick with my pressure. Because now you see the flower friend doesn't really match the art of me, because I made it too cartoony thick on the lines, so I can just shrink the lines with the pinch liquify tool. And then they match better. Anyhow, Fetch with Rough Muffin, I also wanted to be on that show so bad. I wish I could have like applied to be on it or something like that. I don't think I knew it was a show that you could like apply to go on. I don't think I ever, I guess, paid close enough attention to know that that was an option. But I just loved it. I love Fetch. My squeaky toys had lost their squeak. And then, out of the blue, I got a call and BAM! Dun 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 na 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 na. Fetch, rough men. It's such a creative premise for a show, like an animated host. And like kids learning about science and going on adventures. Like, I don't know. I just thought it was such a good premise for a show. I could gush on and on about Fetch. And also, he is a very adorable character, and orange, therefore, within my favorite color palette. So, I think we're kindred spirits, me and Fetch. Are you suggesting that Ruff was a VTuber? Was he not? I don't think that Fetch is a VTuber, though. I think this is my take on it. I think the longer I stay around and am a fan of VTubers and in this space, I think that it's hard because we don't have terms to differentiate more specific niches within VTubing. But VTubing is already not that niche anymore, you know? However, now you have people that have like they're VTuber but then do a lot of IRL content. And for example, I do vlogs, but I don't do IRL content. As in like just having your flesh tuber and your VTuber, which is totally fine if that's something you want to do. But I think that I wish there was more of a like an ability to like have, I guess, an easy way to tell what kind of VTubing someone does. Because honestly, you just have to watch them, you know? You just have to watch someone to know what kind of VTubing they do. And for example, in my case, I really like just streaming and doing song covers and things like that. But you'd have to just really watch me before knowing what kind of, you know, how I roll and the style. And that's how it goes for every creator. But I do think that now that VTubing is very popular and also just generally more common, you have VTubers that don't do any of like the, I guess what you would call like traditional VTuber formatting. Like there isn't really anything like that in their content. Does that make sense? Where it's more like you Twitch stream as a VTuber, but there isn't any like lore or any like certain Like there's not really any focus on immersive things. It's just a mix, right? It's a mix. It's a very big mix, and I think that it's great to have different creators with different styles and opinions. But I do think it at the same time becomes something where it's like, because everyone is under the umbrella term VTuber, it's hard to say what's a VTuber and what's not. There's also people that are VTubers and don't do any VTuber activities. Like not streaming, not videos, nothing. And that's okay too, like to have a design that you love and you just get art of them. And you have a community, like for instance, that just really appreciates artwork of your character on Twitter per se, but you never stream. That's just a different take on VTubing, right? Because that's just like collecting art of your OC in a different... There's people that aren't in the VTuber space at all, but collect art of their OC. And I think that that's almost like in a similar vein, right? Or even of their persona. But to me, like, what's the difference between a VTuber and having a design that's your persona? I don't think I like the word VTuber very much. Just personally. Because I think it's always something that I see like being used as like a dig or like an insult, but I'm like, no one's obligated to stream. If you want to call yourself a VTuber, you can. But I just think that understanding that maybe there's different levels of commitment to certain types of content. I think when you have the label VTuber, today I'm mixing up so many words that start with the same letter. Saying social system instead of solar system. Saying labor instead of label. But yeah, it's used as an insult for people that are just like, you're calling yourself a VTuber, but you don't even stream. But I'm like, why are they obligated to? I think because VTubing has expanded to a point where it's like, you know, you can't stop people from saying that they're one thing or another. You know, you want to be a VTuber? Go for it, right? But I do think that if you're gonna label yourself as a VTuber, it does need to kind of come with, you know, maybe understand that when you do label yourself as a VTuber, there is going to be an association there. Like there's going to be, like if someone meets you for the first time and you're like, oh yeah, I'm a VTuber, there's kind of this default association that you either make videos or streams. Because the difference between a VTuber and an utaite, someone that exclusively does like pretty much song cover content and has a design, is pretty much the culture, right? Because there's utaite that stream, but are they VTubers? I don't see them call themselves VTubers. You know what I mean? So it's hard though, because like as more and more people get into this space, you can't just pull out the book and be like, let's hold everyone to these standards and let's make sure that we're like labeling and categorizing every type of VTuber there is under the sun. I don't think that that's a very practical way to go about it. I think all that's pretty much left to do is, you know, watch what you love in the space, and if you want to recommend it to other people, you can recommend it honestly, just like, hey, this is a VTuber that does this kind of stream and I really like these kind of stream, check them out. Or this VTuber does like a lot of like IRL content, like they have a VTuber but they also do stuff where they're like live and they just like have, you know, they're like wearing a face mask and they're like doing like street, you know, stuff on the streets, exploring like New York City. I feel like those are things that have become increasingly common. But it's just a different take, you know? But I think because VTubing has such a specific culture, it does sort of turn into like the people that want the VTuber culture, they do blend together with people that don't want the VTuber culture. And it all blends in one space. So I do think as like fans and viewers, then it becomes a game of like, when I check someone's content out for the first time, like, are they doing this kind of VTubing? Are they doing like are they doing the traditional and like more idle format of VTubing? Or are they a streamer that likes like just mostly just a live streamer? Or a YouTuber that likes to have a character model? I think that that differentiation is not super important, but to people that are watching, I do think it matters because it's such a different form of content. But I think it's nice that more and more people just, you know, can enjoy any form of VTubing. I still think that when I personally hear the term VTubing, it comes with the associations that I have. With like, you know, there's like the culture of it. It's like the fan interactions, or like certain types of, I guess, like the structure of the streams. It's what I personally like to watch. Thank you for the heart. I think a decent way to tell is when they have CH at the end of their username. Oh no, I don't have CH at the end of my username. I'd consider it, but it just kind of looks clean without. Although I think with what I do, it could be appropriate to add it. Especially now that I've moved to YouTube. I think the reason why CH is helpful... The reason why CH is helpful is because it like helps for searchability on YouTube. Like if you type in CH at the end of a VTuber's name, it sorts their own channel apart from all the clips of them that also use their name. So I thought that's why people put CH in their usernames. It means channel. It stands for channel. So for instance, like I could be... like my official YouTube display name would be this. And basically that means that if you type into the YouTube search bar, Mintmai, and again, this is something with like, I think older VTuber culture too, but think about it in terms of like also VTubers and companies. If you just search up their name, if they have a lot of clippers, then all of the clip videos that are very popular will show up first, where it's like, Mintmai died in Minecraft hardcore. And the clip shows up instead of the VTuber's actual main channel. And so the reason why that's there is so when you search it up and you search up Mintmai space CH, then boom, my channel pops up first and my direct and original content shows up first on the YouTube algorithm. I do kind of think that the YouTube algorithm is like better now anyways, and also because I'm a smaller indie, if you search up my name on YouTube, you just get my channel. And I think that that's just how it is for now. If I find the need to like add a CH or something, that's fine. But also my YouTube @ in general is already my @ everywhere, with small exceptions like Twitch. My @ everywhere is Mintmai and then capital VT. That stands for virtual or VTuber, or a very very cool. The T is silent. Yeah, that's what that stands for. So if you ever have confusion between searching up me versus a clip channel of me, you just have to search my @ which is the same everywhere. So that's why I personally haven't felt like I need to add like ch to the end of my name, because I never read it as channel. That's my own bad, but whenever I see like, you know, like name and then channel, I understand that it means channel now, but in my brain I read it as like Mintmai cheese. Cheese. I kind of like it though still. Part of me is on the fence about it, but then it will be like my display name is Mintmai CH, like Mintmai ch, and then my username is Mintmai VT. And I think that would drive me nuts because I have problems with formatting. I'm very picky when it comes to formatting. Oh, baby! Thank you so much for supporting me and joining our mini membership. Thank you, thank you! I hope you enjoy your emotes and your cute badge. But yeah, I mean, I'm just Mintmai, so why can't I just have my display name be my name for now? I don't know. I know that VTubers in, I guess, companies, for example, they could kind of, they could dodge having CH and still having easy searchability because their display name, like, has their company affiliation next to their name. So it doesn't get mixed in with the same clips. Yeah, that's my ramble about VTubers, though. Again, if you want to call yourself a VTuber, feel free. But definitely, I think there is a mix where it's like, be somewhat... I would recommend being somewhat prepared that there are, like, expectations that come with taking on the label of VTubing or, like, VTuber. Just because that's how it is and how it's been, like, industry-wide. There's simply gonna be a bit of an expectation for what kind of stuff you might do with your activities, which is just like streaming and like maybe posting videos. But you shouldn't have to do anything unless you want to do it, unless it's fun and you enjoy it. Just do something that you enjoy. And if you're like, I'm a VTuber and I never want to stream, I want to hang out on Twitter with my friends and just have cute art of our OCs, like that should be a valid form of enjoying the medium. That's my take though. I think people have different thoughts about it. But yeah, currently there's not really like a formal term to like separate VTubers that do active streaming activities and like idol-like activities from any other VTubers. There's not really like a separate word. So yeah, that's okay. So I do refer to myself sometimes. I guess just in like my bio and things like that. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm a baker idol. I think that gets it across. Yeah. I think everyone should be allowed to enjoy things. I'm just Mintmai of Mintmai's Bakery. Exactly, yeah. And also, if you have like a, you know, an OC or a soda and you like get a lot of art of them, you also don't have to call yourself a VTuber, because like people have been doing that since before VTubing. It's just like, look at my son and how much art I have of them. They're not me, or maybe they do represent me, but I will never make a YouTube channel. You can also just do that. I don't know. There's so many different ways that you can enjoy different things online. This is just one category, one part of it all, and it's the part that I personally like and decide to live in, VTubing. The bread in the eyes looks very pronounced this time. I like that when you zoom out, it's not too crazy obvious. I think it's because my little, like, using the eraser technique helped out. But I like that it's like, ooh, it's not too obvious here, but that as you get closer, it's like, oh, bread in the eyes. I think I want to rework how the highlights look. But again, I'm getting way too detailed already. I'm getting too detailed for something that is not gonna be done for a little bit of time. This little line here is technically supposed to be the eyelash casting a shadow. But I don't know if I read it that way a lot of the time. bread looking scrumptious in the eye. Yeah. I don't know, I like that. I like when it's like subtle and then you do a little more or less. Wow! Guys, I've done it! The hardest part! Ooh! I love putting little details in the irises. Exactly! It's so fun! Okay. Sometimes when I have layers I scrap, I just throw them at the bottom of the file. I'm like, don't worry. If I put the layers that I don't want to use anymore, but also don't really want to delete, they go at the bottom of the file, and yeah, they're just there in case I remember them and suddenly need them. Flower Fred's playing in the sand. Sorry, I had a little more mucus and I needed to blow my nose. Not mucus, what's the word for it? Congestion? Mucus is like phlegm. It's not phlegm, it's my nose. I have some tea too. Ah. What kind of tea? It's lemon echinacea. That word is so hard for me to pronounce. Throat coat, lemon echinacea. It's really good for my allergies. And I know that it's not really medicinal, it's more just like it helps with the feeling. I like this small flower friend. Lemon echinacea? Yes, that kind of tea. Look at how small they are. And the big floaty. I figured I'd just do the light art on these little guys too while I was at it. I will probably draw the boat later because it's so far in the distance. And also I have to look up reference photos for boats. Adorable! You're at the beach recently? Oh, it's starting to become beach weather, isn't it? That sounds so fun. Okay. I think this is where we're gonna be at for today. I think I'll be leaving it here. I got stuff to cook. Both figuratively and literally, because I'm making garlic bread tonight. I'm baking garlic bread! So yeah. I make really good garlic bread. Garlic bread. So I'm gonna make garlic bread and have it with soup. But thank you guys for joining me. today, as I started doing light art odd R, very ambitious, very ambitious summer artwork. You can start to imagine how it will look like this. I mean, I guess you could see the sketch sort of bleeding through, but like, can you imagine how pretty it may look at the end? So yeah. I might chip away at this offline, though most likely I'll save working on this for stream, since I have a few other things to juggle offline. But thank you for joining me. I will teleport us over here. It was fun. Ba-da-da-da. Always so good to have a little relaxing chat and art stream with you. Okay. Thanks for hanging out with me again today. It's really fun. I'm all pumped up to have, you know, a good dinner and then do some work. And then tomorrow I'll do some more work. But I'll see you guys on Monday. I'll see you guys on Monday. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do on Monday yet, but I will be watching Witch Hat Atelier on Monday. I probably won't watch it until Monday night because I want to like put it on the television and everything. I want to use a living room television instead of just watching it on my iPad. So it's gonna be a whole event. But I'll be all excited for that on Monday. But yeah, maybe we'll do like a game on Monday or I don't know. I'll post my schedule soon though. I've got to try and make it, and we will have the schedule on Sunday or Monday. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. It's really fun. It's so wonderful. The only certainty on Monday is that she will yap. Yes, the only certainty is that I currently plan to stream on Monday. If there is any kind of I don't know. If there's anything that gets in the way of that plan, I will be sure to let you guys know. But without further ado, you can look forward to seeing the stream schedule in the coming days. Yippee! Also, thank you everyone, just for hanging out. Thank you everyone if you happen to have met me at SakuraCon and you ended up subscribing to my channel because of it. I'm grateful. Thanks for checking out my stuff. But I'll be around again soon. As always, the best place to catch me outside of YouTube is Twitter. So I post random things there, and I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye! Wait, we have someone to redirect today. I almost just went like, bye-bye, and zoomed off. It's been a hot minute since I've redirected and was still on stream when we did the redirect. So let me do that. I think we've got a few options. Is their waiting room up? Their waiting room is not up yet. Ah. At least I don't think it is. Wait. Ooh. Hold on. I will raid, but I will also recommend you guys another stream to watch. Cause it's another stream that I really wanted to catch. But I have to see if they put their waiting room up. Okay, no, it's not up, but in like 2 hours, I think? Let me squint and check the time. Okay. I had to squint really hard because I had the window open really small on my monitor. In like 2 hours, my friend Malam Sundari of First Place Production. Guys, today I've been replacing all kinds of words with other words. I think that's only to speak to how tired I am, so I will be ending stream. I've been working hard, but Malam is going to be playing one of my favorite games in like 2 hours on his channel, so you guys should go watch that. I plan on going to watch that too. But what a coincidence! My Oshi Maya, who I saw at her SakuraCon meet and greet, is streaming Risk of Rain right now and is on Donathon Day 6. On Donathon Day 6-7. Listen, I don't think that the 6-7 jokes are even all that funny. I think it's fine. Like, it's whimsical, it's silly, it's harmless. It has no particular meaning, and it's not particularly harmful. Just a little brain rot. But I think it's really funny that we're gonna redirect on day 67. So I think it's just I think it's a little bit silly. So this is a if you want to copy that message. Actually, wait, no, there's a better one. I think I saw one that I liked more. Not that one, not that one. Not that one. Use use this one. I think Maya will like that one. Don't spam her chat though, please. Please. Be super awesome and wonderful to Maya, because I love her. And, you know, get engaged with the stream. Watch Risk of Rain. But yeah, my stream osusume. I'm gonna be lurking while I make my garlic bread at Maya's stream. And I'm looking forward to watching Bad and Theater first playthrough later on Malam's channel too. So if you catch me in the chat, you can say hi with your brain. Don't flood his chat or anything, but I'll say hi back to you in my brain. All right, I'll see you guys later. Wait, you can't copy it on mobile? There's also like this work? Wait. I'm getting all distracted, but I really gotta go make my garlic bread now. There's a version with bigger numbers, if that helps. But that being said, thank you guys for watching the stream. Thank you, Artstream! Otsukane! Otsu Mintmai! Otsu Flower Friends! Please have a really lovely, restful Sunday if you can tomorrow. And I'll see you guys later! Yeah! And also happy Easter to everyone that celebrates Easter. I remember going egg hunting as a little kid, and I would like stuff them in my shirt. Anyway. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Wah, wah. Love. Bakery love. I'll see you guys later. Mint my rocket.